Hello, everyone. My name is Yuko Tomizuka. I'm Global Real Estate Investment Advisor with 30 years of experience, and I analyze more than 20,000 of real estate properties. Today, I'd like to speak something about the Japanese society and human resources, how we use seniors. The topic is like that, why I hate disparate seniors, how to tender good resource in a company. Let me explain a bit more. Recently, I had a big discussion with younger entrepreneurs. They all say that seniors in Japan would waste a lot of precious resources in Japan, and getting rid of them would be a drastic but the most efficient remedy for Japanese economic recovery. The conversation allowed me to think what's wrong with them and how we can change those troublesome resources, which means senior guys, to a good and precious one. The following says the 5 most distinctive reasons why younger generation hate the seniors, supervisors, managers, or top management in a society. Number 1, they are old-fashioned. Number 2, they are taking high salary, no correspondence to their performance. Number 3, super conservative. Number 4, caught by prejudice or discrimination. Number 5, spread a nostalgic values, say good old days syndrome. Let me explain one by one. Number 1, they are old-fashioned. Fashion. Needless to say, they have some success patterns and I intentionally follow those patterns even though that becomes too old-fashioned. For instance, under Showa era, long working hours, drinking with supervisors at bars, and demonstrating their loyalty were requirements for them to get promoted. Now those younger loyal staffs are there in senior positions and naturally require their staffs the junior guys the same sacrifices as they did. This is a negative and unproductive spiral indeed. The remedy would be shock therapy. This would not bring any positive outcomes unless the industry itself requires maintain traditional or the treasure inherited values. The current COVID-19 looks like a good example. Old-fashioned seniors are forced to use technologies, stay at home, communicate remotely, and not to physically control their staffs, the good signs. So when some drastic event happens, we may consider it as an opportunity to change seniors' mindset and attitude to more up-to-date. Number 2, taking high salary, no correspondence to their performance. The more I work, the more I lose. I'm just staring at my palm. It was a poem made by Takuboku Ishikawa, a proletarian worker in late 19th century. He was a migrated worker from Tohoku region to Tokyo, even though worked very hard he felt due to the high living costs in Tokyo. He could not afford to live there. What's wrong with this? That's the meaning of the poetry. When I was working for Japanese consulting company, say there was among 30 staffs. Among them, 5 to 8 were seniors, no sales guys, and around 10 younger top sales guys. I was a part of them. And another 10 to 15 were ordinary sales guys or administrative staffs. I was always wondering, how come I have to feed them? If they get higher salary than I do, please perform better and bring actually the business here. I was exhausted and always thinking of that. So remedy for that situation, create a link between the reward and responsibility system. This mindset somehow looks biased. We may mislead that only smart, clever, capable people can live in the world. Everyone in the world has some function and responsibility. There should be a reason to be. For instance, a newborn baby himself herself brings a lot of value to others, even though they have not created any numerical outputs. Thus, when we think about the function of each creature in the world, we will be able to get out of such traps. Work hard as you paid. So reason number three, super conservative. Another annoying action that seniors have taken is negative, discouraging comment when it comes to something new. From my experience, when it comes to new idea approach market practice, unless they are forced from the central government, the seniors' response had always been negative. This hampered change, innovation, and growth of a company. Remedy for this that is talking with them as whistleblower. Mr. Inamori, Kyosa chairman, said the business should be developed, first developed optimistically, analyzed pessimistically, and conducted a game optimistically. Each phase, he used different character of staffs. Thus, senior guys' function should be limited to analyzing phase only, and we have to respect them, their opinion to identify potential and invisible risks. Number 4, caught by prejudice or discrimination. This is another headache. Women cannot be trusted. Women should not be promoted as they cannot commit themselves to works. Staffs with some feature to be looked at carefully in terms of their actions. All those attitudes have been more seen when I worked for a Japanese company than I did for a non-Japanese company. This is not limited to seniors, and every generation may have this kind of prejudice. Remedy for that, accept their uncomfortableness, not justify their position. This is important and smart action to those kind of discriminations. We may be open to their opinion. We don't have to agree with their opinion, but we can say, oh, you feel very comfortable with the guy. Only this kind of acceptance is enough to avoid unnecessary conflict and create harmony. This is a tip that I learned from Aikido. Number 5, nostalgia. Spreading the virus of good old days syndrome. Those senior guys love to tell good old days and try to bring us back to such working environment, even though youngest have never liked that. They intentionally spread such atmosphere and discourage innovation driven by younger generations. Remedies for that. Sometimes clear separation or shock therapy may work. In a workplace, there can be a clear separation between nostalgian or guardian versus anarchist. Each one heads to the opposite direction and no interaction, but at least we can stay healthy in a mindset. So summing up, the reason why seniors are not welcomed in current workplace and the remedies are as follows. Number 1, old fashions. We should take shock therapy. Number 2, taking high salary, no correspondence with performance, the implementing evaluation system. Number 3, the super conservative. Just take them whistleblower. Number 4, caught by prejudice. No need to agree, but just accept. Number 5, spread the virus of good old days. That we should take the shock therapy or the clear separation. Now I realize that why I hate those seniors. There's a sort of reflection on my mindset that I had in my childhood. I hated my parents because they had always troubled me, never treated me properly as their child. I just wanted them to treasure me and respect me as a human. After analyzing my mindset, mental side, I found out that I have a fear to be a person whom nobody finds valuable. Therefore, I work hard and demonstrate my performance and how valuable I am. As I tender seniors and found value in them and have compassion toward them, I will be able to treat my own traumas. So this is basically my consultant background. I spent 13 years of Japanese appraisal on a real estate consulting firm. Then I went abroad and did my MBA, came back here, joined the CMBS lenders and commercial mortgage lenders. I eventually came here in Okinawa so that you can find a very beautiful the ocean view background, virtual background, and joined Petrobras Brazilian state-owned the oil company. And also I have been involved in several hotel consultancy assignment here and providing the professional advice in terms of real estate investment. If you like my video, please click the like and also the like this channel. Thank you.